Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to talk about Whitefriars Uranium Glass. And yeah, I have a fairly early piece that might surprise a few people. But also Whitefriars, I don't think they were really, at least not designing any new uranium glass into the 20th century. They may have still had some things that they were making that were hanging over from being designed in the 19th century, but I don't think they were making anything new. The two sort of like common colours that might have been uranium glass, they did something called sea green and golden amber. We're not uranium. I'll just give you a quick demo of that. I have a couple of glasses from the 900 pattern, which was actually from the 1880s. So yeah, those are colours that they were started using in at least 1880s, and yeah, there's no glowage, you know. So with that said, what I'll do is I'll show you those two pieces, and then I will start working my way through the glass I have. And yeah, there's not mountains because it is actually quite collectible and quite expensive. So, but anyway, we will get on and have a look. So here we are. These are the 900 glasses that I thought, well, I suddenly remembered I got this blue one as well that might possibly have some uranium in them. So what I'm going to do is put the lights off and show you that they don't. So here we are. I've put my my trusty torch on, and you can see there's not a lot going on there. What's that there? Oh, that's a ticket underneath, so don't worry about that. So yeah, there's not a lot going on there. With that said, we will move on. So here's the first glass I'm going to show you. It's in the catalogue that I have from 1855. I don't have a pattern number for it because the facsimile that I have of the catalogue is too small to read the numbers. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, so now it's time to put the lights out and get some excitement. So here we go. And how about that then? Yeah. Isn't that super cool? If I put it right on it from above and try not to drop it, look how there is a lot of uranium in this glass. It's super glowy. So there you go. I will actually give you a better look at it in a second. Yeah, I realised I didn't pick it up and show it to you. So what you've got here, lovely inverted baluster cut stem. It's got a, see, it's got a pontle mark underneath there, just in the middle, and then it's got this quilted molded, half the bowl is quilted molded. Yeah, and obviously it's, yeah. So yeah, it's just as its own thing. It's a nice glass. Forget that it's Whitefriars. Forget that it's uranium. The book I'm looking at is Whitefriars Glass, James Powell and Son of London. It's a Museum of London book, and yeah, so this is the 1855 catalogue you can see here, and the glass we were looking at is, if I can find my finger, that one there. Can you see? With a cut stem, half quilted body or bowl. So there it is, 1855. Obviously, this is way too small to see what the number is, and it doesn't tell you what colours they are, but that is the glass. So I'm starting with this this jug, which is from the 1870s. I think it might be designed by Harry Powell, And yeah, it's a really fantastic piece of glass, this one. I think it's pattern number 860. And yeah, look at these lovely white bands in it. This is done by putting it back into the furnace and reheating sections, and it creates these bands. You can see it's got pontle mark there, and you can see it's from the 1870s, and you can see there's quite a lot of wear where it sits on the table. And put it back, put it back, and we can put the lights off and light it up. And here it is. Ta-da! So, yep, that's got, oh, what's wrong with my torch? Yeah, it's got quite a lot of uranium in it. So, there you go. Get it closer. Yeah. The book I'm looking at here is Whitefriars Glass, The Art of James Powell and Son by Leslie Jackson. This is the jug shape. None of these are like mine. The colours they've got here are dark green, sea green, and sky blue. Mine is a straw opal one. So it's probably better than these two, but probably not as spectacular as this one, because this one's got engraving. It also has some different coloured threading on it. So I've never seen anything like that. So yeah, so that's the first one. And yeah, so they're saying there's a bit later, designed during the 1870s. Mine is probably, I suspect, because it's straw opal, I suspect it's nearer that date than the later dates that they're giving here, up to sort of like 1910. So there you go. So I'm showing you these two pieces together because I don't have a firm reference for them. Yeah, so they're both very Whitefriars-ish. People have told me they think they're Whitefriars. The problem is the period that they're from. With Whitefriars, there's a big gap in the catalogues between 1860 and 1930, which is where these would come in, somewhere in the middle of that. Now, the ones that we see in the books have more frills than that, or less. You know, it's either got just 4 folded sides or 4 points, or it's got like about 12. I'll show you one of like that in a minute. And then there are glasses a bit like this. They're both really fine. I mean, if I pick this one up, I mean, it's got a pontle mark. If I ping it, listen to this. Oh. Yeah, it's really very thin. The banding on it is really subtle. Same on this, it's quite subtle. It's not, you know, there's not like a hard white mass like some of the non-Whitefriars do. And some of the Whitefriars one have quite hard bands, but yeah, a lot of Whitefriars one tend to be a bit soft like this. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, if anybody has an opinion, I would like to know. And with that said, I'm going to put the lights off and we can light them up. And there you go, nice and bright. You can see the dimples in it a bit more clearly now, actually, I think. But yeah, lovely and bright. So with that shown, I will move on to the next bits. So what I have here is some blue opal glass. This is a wine glass from 1870 by T.G. Jackson. This has got a bit of a wide date on it. It says 1877 to 1900 or something like that in the book. Probably by Harry Powell. Yeah, so these are not green. They do fluoresce in the dark though. And I've tried to figure out, is this uranium? Is it mix with something else. There is a bit of greenishness about them when you put them under UV light. They are Whitefriars. You can see got pontle mark there, and yeah, it's very delicate. And the bands are done by reheating. This has got a band in it as well. Can you see? Pontle mark. Yeah, these are all very finely made. Yeah, this has got pontle mark too. Yeah, so these are quite sought after things. I'm lucky enough to own them, and yeah, they are rather lovely. But yeah, I've done a lot of Googling, a lot of searching in books. I can't find out what the chemicals they use to make blue opal is. And yeah, so if you know me, if you know, please let me know. And with that said, I will turn the lights off and shine a UV torch on them. So here's the glowing, and if I do this, can you see? It's not really. My torch is going a bit. Hang on, look. If I shine it here, look, can you see? If I get it really close, there is some green in there. Yeah. Not massive. Mainly it's a sort of purpley colour, but it is a. This light that you're seeing is not all. It is fluorescing, this colour, but as you can see, there is green. If you get it close enough, so it doesn't. If there is uranium, there's not a lot, but there's a mix of something else in there that's doing this, and you can actually see the bands of colour in the glass as well. Can you see that? So it's not just the horizontal band going across it, but it's got stripes, which are much more delicate. So there we go with this glass. So I'm back with the Leslie Jackson Whitefriars book. This is the glass shape that we were looking at, which is signed 1870. So these are different colours that they've got, but mine was in this colour, this blue opal. So yeah, there it is in the book. And yeah, surprisingly, I have a better one than these two, in that mine is a blue opal one, which is more desirable. I've gone over a couple of pages, and yeah, here's the finger bowl and plate that we were looking at, exactly the same, in blue opal. And yeah, it says probably designed by Harry Powell. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, this looking at the blue opal ones, it's kind of like sent me down the path, because I was trying to figure out what chemicals would do that and still have it fluoresce. And yeah, it's sent me down a path of trying to figure out, how does this work? What are the chemicals involved? You know, uranium's toxic in itself. Forget radioactivity and all that crap. It's toxic stuff. So I'm interested in trying to figure out, what are the mechanics of this? Is it really bad for you or not? And so I think that might be my next video. While I'm still interested in that subject, I will probably do one about how does uranium work, and how does that UV glow work, etc., etc. So please stick with me on this subject, and I'll be back soon. So the references will be in the description below, and please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. Good night.